keeps on chins and chins and chins, but they keep swinging and swinging and swinging, and they panic.
日本人も含めて一番選球眼が良かったんじゃないかな。
Most of the 外国人 guys cannot hit against us if we use them as a 2番バッター。
アスリートアカデミア学長の岡崎薫です。本日のゲストはアレックス・ラミレスさんです。よろしくお願いします。
はい、よろしくお願いします。
ご無沙汰してます、ラミちゃん。
どうも。
いや、
はい、
元気そうで本当に全くもう今でも現役いけそうなね。
ねえ、yeah, I feel like I can still play, feel good. I've been working out.
ね、トレーニングもしてるしね。
はいはい。
最近どんな感じで生活してますか
？Yeah, I'm being very busy. ね、本当忙しい。
ああ、いいですね。
I've been doing many things. Outside baseball, I have a couple companies, and one of the companies that I have, we are bringing coffee from Venezuela, coffee to rum to cacao from Venezuela. あとI'm doing, of course, as a 名球会. Yes, I became from this year the international director for the 名球会. So we're trying to bring a baseball outside Japan, the 名球会. So that's part of my job, to be able to connect to all the countries and then bring Japanese baseball to around the world. So that's what I'm doing as well.
今名球会の外国人選手だった人って一人だっけ？
私。
一人だけ。まあラミちゃん日本人だから。
ラミちゃん日本人。そうですね。
今名球会っていう話が出てちょっとリンクしたんだけど、今回野球殿堂入り、おめでとうございます。
どうもありがとうございます。
ちょっと僕も調べたんですが、野球殿堂入りっていうのは外国人選手の中ではスタルヒンさんと、あとラミちゃんと、バースさんも今度一緒にね。どうですか
？Join the 名球会, I think this is the hardest thing, right? Because you can only do that by reaching 2,000 hits as a position player. Becoming a 殿堂入り, you will have a chance to become a 殿堂入り, even if you don't have 2,000 hits like Randy Bass. So, it's very, very good. So I'm very happy that my career in Japan has been a very successful career, and I thank all the fans for all the support throughout my career.
僕らのイメージでは名球会っていうのは2000本打つと、はっきりしますけど、殿堂入りっていうのはその記録だけではなくて、やっぱり日本の野球界に貢献をしたと、そういう意味合いがものすごい強いイメージがあるんですね。
Yes, of course you have to have the number. You have to have some impact into your career, which it can be 5 years, 6 years. When it comes to the 殿堂入り, to be chosen by the media is a little bit hard if you don't have 2,000 hits, things like that, or even over 1,500 hits. It's a little bit 難しい. But when it comes to the 殿堂入り people, they appreciate those type of people that didn't have that long career, and then becomes a little bit easier. It's still good, it's a 殿堂入り, but that's the difference, there.
ですね。僕も貢献したとは思うんですけどね、なかなか僕は殿堂入りまだできてないけど、これから頑張っていきたいというふうに思います。
頑張ってください。
僕のこのチャンネルはね、もちろんラミちゃんのその NPB での活躍っていうのはみんな知ってるけど、みんなが知らないようなところをちょっと掘り下げていきたくて。
Of course, yeah, feel free to ask anything.
まずラミちゃん生まれたベネズエラのなんていう町ですかね。
The name of the town, actually, I was born in Caracas.
Caracas.
Yes. After I was born in Caracas, we were living, of course, in a little small town that is called Piñango de Yare. Piñango de Yare, that's the name. And it's a very small town, 200 people at that time.
200?
Yeah, that time. It's a small village. And which, like, I would say maybe 100 and over 150, they were all Ramirez, all family.
Ramirez?
Yeah, Mina Ramirez. yeah, Mina Ramirez. Yeah, so very small village.
何歳ぐらいから野球はじゃあ始められた？
Yeah, I started playing baseball when I was like 6 years old, 7 years old. on the streets. You know.
その環境は影響はやっぱりベネズエラってもうみんな野球やるんですか？
So in my small village, you know, all the kids are playing sports. You know, today we're playing soccer. Today, you know, later we're playing baseball. We're playing, you know, anything. You know, so soccer was my number one sports that I play more than baseball. But you know, I started playing a little bit baseball, and then one of the managers came and said, "Hey, I like you in baseball. You're pretty good." So then that's how we started. I started playing more baseball than soccer. You know, at that time, soccer was, you know, more popular than baseball. And baseball didn't really make too much money, and not so many players play in the major leagues. So soccer was the main sports in Venezuela. Yeah, but then you know, after that, Venezuelan players became rich in the major leagues, and things changed. Now, you know, everybody's making millions of dollars. So that's the best sport for all the kids in Venezuela to play because they want to make money to support their families.
クリーブランドインディアンスのスカウトに見出されたっていうのはいくつぐらいの時ですか？
So I was 16 years old, and I was in the national team, national competition, and I was a pitcher.
Pitcher?
Yeah, pitcher.
Oh.
So I went to 5 national competitions, 5 times, and I was a pitcher most of the time. And on that game, I was supposed to pitch, and the center fielder got hurt. And the manager said, I have another pitcher. Rami, why don't you play center field? And then I use the other pitcher because I have more power than the other guy. I said, yeah, no problem. And I hit 2 home runs that day. And the Indians scout was there. And then he told my manager, I want to sign him as a position player.
やっぱバッティング、ピッチャーしててもバッティングがやっぱ小さい時からやっぱすごかった。
Yeah, hitting wise I was pretty good, but my defense sucks from when I was little.
いや、守備上手だったさ。足も速かったしね。
Yeah.
いや、ラミちゃん本当内野安打の時足が速かったよ。
そう。足は速かった。足速かった。でも守備ね、一番下手。
そうなの？いや、そんな感じじゃない。
The reason why I made things easier look like I was better because I got to the ball really good, really quick. So my first move was very good, but you know, I always in the outfield, I was always thinking, I hope they don't hit it to me. So, now I can talk about it. You know, I had the time where, you know, I was playing and my hand, it was so, I mean, like sweating a lot. Because I was so, you know, I didn't want anybody to hit it to me, you know, so my hands start sweating, you know, oh, this is not good. I knew most of the time, you know, especially with running scoring position, running second base, oh, this is not good. I hope they don't hit it this way. Yeah, many times.
でも肩は強かったよね。
Yeah. My arm was good.
ね。
Always was good. But my glove, it was not good at all. So one of the things that really, you know, made me good was that I understood myself. You know, I knew what I was good at, and I accept what I was not good at it. So I worked in the other things, and then I got better. But if it wasn't because of my defense, I would have been out of the game a long time.
アメリカの考え方はそういう考え方が強いと思う。
そうね。そう。
クリーブランドのマイナーには何年間ぐらいいました？
I signed when I was 16 years old, but I went to Dominican Republic, and then 1 year, and then went to the U.S. when I was 18. I played 6 years in the minor leagues, and then I got called up to the major league. And I was in the major league for 3 years, back and forth. So, my career, I came to Japan when I was 24, 25.
それはどういうアメリカの中ではどれぐらいの感じなんですか？遅いんですか？メジャーに上がるの？それとも早いんですか？
Actually, you know, it was good. You know, 6 years to get to the major leagues. That's the right timing. So major league has 6 teams. Sometimes they have 7 teams in the minor leagues. They have AAA, AA, single. They have 3 single A. Plus they have the rookie league. So they have 6 teams. So the average is they want everybody to go 1 year. So it takes about 6 years to make to the major leagues. But it can also be over 10 years to make it to the major leagues. But I did it in 6 years.
僕も2005年に1年間ヤンキースのマイナーリーグにコーチ留学行ったんだけど、大体1球団で選手200人からぐらいいるじゃない。
Yes.
すごいですよね。
Yeah, the whole system, right? A lot of people speaking Spanish, right?
たくさんいました。ベネズエラ、ドミニカ、プエルトリコ、いっぱいいました。マイナーリーグ、ヤンキースのマイナーリーグたくさんいて、英語よりもスパニッシュの方が多かった。
Yeah, more Spanish than English. Yes.
ね、なんかそんな人がたくさんいて、200人、だから6000人いるわけですよね、30球団で大体。
So. Plus what they have back in, different countries, academies, right? They have a lot of kids.
でトリプル A で、活躍をして9月ぐらいに初めてクリーブランドのメジャーリーグに最初にどうやって言われるんですかね。
I was playing Triple A. We won the climax, and then after we won the championship that year, the manager called me to the office, and there were some coaches around, and then he was like, "Hey, congratulations! This is the moment you've been waiting for. You deserve this. You're going to the big show." So of course I was very happy. One thing that I went through in Triple A was, sometimes when I was there and I was doing really, really good, I was expecting to get called up to the major leagues. Somebody will get hurt, outfielder will get hurt in the major leagues, and I will get the call from the manager to come to the office. Ramirez, come to my office. So I was thinking, I'm gonna get called up. And they always say the same. Do you think you can play in the major leagues right now with your defense? Yeah, once they said that, I was like, no. So, okay, ganbate ne. We're going to send somebody else to the major league. It was, an excuse.
そんなことあるの？
ある。
だって、言わなきゃダメじゃん、大丈夫だって。
The reason why the manager was doing that was because he didn't want me to be upset by not telling me. So the excuse for him was, your defense is not good, right? You know that, right? So you need to work more to be able to go to the major leagues, But they already have their mindset to bring somebody else.
スマートだね。
ね。one of the things that I learned also as a kantoku is that, when we need a player, outfield, we already have the starting members, right? So we need outfielder. They can play all three positions. They can come in the 8th inning and to play good shubi, good defense, So I don't need a starting position player. I need a backup player. So we made the call, who is in AAA. So we look, all right, so in Japan, who is in the Nigun, who can provide for that. Then we let the kantoku knows, hey, we need this player, right? And then we call that player up. The other players are thinking, what happened? But we don't need the other players. We just need this player. That's the kind of player. So that's why.
野球っていうスポーツの特性上、やっぱ打つことは目立つけど、実は勝負においては守りが大事だっていうことがあって、日本の野球よりももっとメジャーリーグの方が守備を重視してるなっていうイメージがちょっと意外だったですね。
Yeah, they do, but the States, what it pays is hitting. Don't really care about the player who plays good defense doesn't make too much money as it should. Only the hitter that can come and hit 30 home runs, that's the guy that makes money. Struck out 200 times, can I? Hit 30 home runs, you're going to make a lot of money. DH doesn't matter. Defense, you can be in the game, it's important, but your value is always down. Keep it, because they always say you're a backup player, So in Japan, it's totally different,
クリーブランドはアメリカンリーグでしたっけ？
アメリカンリーグ。
DH がじゃああった。
はい。So at that time, David Justice, when I was there, Justice was the DH. Sometimes Manny Ramirez, and when Manny Ramirez played DH, I would play right field, and sometimes I play left center field, sometimes I play left field. But once again, my hands were always sweating. So yeah, I made a couple diving catch. Wow, nice catch. Catch ball, but my glove came off. So safe. So everybody's running. Yeah. A couple times I did.
でもジャイアンツ、特に僕ジャイアンツの時ね、1年間よく見たけど、そういうことなかったよね。
I was wearing glove, batting glove under. And I was always putting, spray.
Spray,
yeah, on my glove.
Spray, eh?
Yeah. Okay. So spray my glove and spray. Yeah, because I wanted to have that grip. Always wanted to have that grip. Yeah. Always. That's another reason why I cannot play first base. Because even the easy throw, it's hard for me to close. So it was hard for me to play first base as well. No good.
なるほどね。
そう。
でピッツバーグにトレードになって。
Yes. And I got traded to Pittsburgh, and I played my last 3 months in Pittsburgh. It was good. It was good to the point, but once I made a couple errors in the outfield, then they in September came and they put me on the bench. They said, well, we're going to see some young players. And I was thinking, I'm 24 years old. I'm still young, right? So I realized there is nothing here for me. But I hit Joe Bambata when I was with Pittsburgh. September, they opened the roster, right? Jeonju, and the roster becomes Jeonju men. So they bring many young players to the major leagues to see. So they use my spot for them. I say, there is nothing here. I need to find a way to leave. And then I contact my agent and I say, please call the Japanese team to see if they're still interested in me. And right away, Yakuza Swallow say, yes, we want Rami-chan. So the following year, they got me.
ヤクルトのスカウトは誰だったんですか？
The scout was Luigi Nakajima.
Luigi ね。Yeah. 巨人にもちょっと来ました。
Yeah, Kyojin. No. He passed away like a month ago. Actually, Luigi saw me when I was with Indians at that time, and like 2 AA. And then from there, he really liked me. He wanted to bring me to Japan, but I was too young at that time. Indians didn't want to let me go. So, but when we called him, when I was in Pittsburgh, and that was the perfect timing. So it was easy for Pittsburgh to sell my contract to Japan.
自分的にももう日本に出会ってみようという気持ちがあった。
Charlie Manio always taught me about Japanese baseball, right? And then, when I realized how much money we could make in Japan, I was thinking, wow, I want to go to Japan. It's 10 times more than the United States and then the major leagues at that time. So, yeah, I want to go to Japan. Also, the Yakuruto Swallows, they offered me a position. You're going to be the right fielder every day, no matter what. And then, okay, I'm going to be right fielder. I'm going to play every day. I'm going to be making a lot more money. Yeah, that's the place for me to go.
当時でも MLB の選手が、日本の NPB を見たときにどういうふうな印象っていうか、日本ってどんなレベル的なことも含めてどういう自分最初に来る前は思い描いてましたか？
I thought the level was very low. Coming to Japan, from the major leagues, I was looking baseball down, Japanese baseball down. I thought I was going to come to Japan to teach baseball. That kind of high pride, But I realized Japanese baseball it was very higher than what a lot of people think. And the way they train here is a lot better than what we train in the major leagues. So, yeah, it was a big shock for me right away. I remember the first interview. One of the first interviews that I did in Japan, they asked me how many home runs you think you can hit. I can hit 30 home runs, maybe 40 home runs. Right away, I was thinking, "Wait, karane, I'm better. I can hit 30 home runs." Not realizing that. It's hard to hit 30 home runs in Japan, very hard, especially first year. But I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking about me, high pride, major leaguer. I come here, teach baseball, I can hit 30 home runs. And that's a lot of the Gaikokujins first year, that's what they do, not realizing. And then they get themselves in trouble when they start playing,
でも30本近く打ちましたよね。
Yeah, 29. First year? Yeah.
しましたね。
でも the only reason why I hit 29 my first year was because, Wakamatsu-san was my kantoku. He was very patient with me, right? So it doesn't matter. The first 3 months, it was very bad. I was very bad. I was leading the league in Sanchin, but Wakamatsu-san was very patient, so he left me in the game. If that happened with the Giants, I would not be here today. I would have been down in Nigun right away after a month, and maybe from there, go home, right?
ジャイアンツ10ゲームぐらいしか。
10ゲーム、そう。10ゲーム、max. 40打席、10 hits, you're hitting 250, that's not good enough. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
僕は僕もプロ野球界長いこといて、たくさんの外国人選手を見てきたんですが、1年目から活躍するってバッターの場合はね、慣れなきゃいけない難しいんだけど、1年目からラミちゃんはある意味アジャストできて、で逆にできなかった人もいるじゃん。そこの違いって一番大事なポイントは何だとラミちゃん思いますか
？The mentality is one thing, right? The other thing is that when people give you advice, how you understand and then use it, apply it in your life, that's very important. For example, one of the advice that Wakamatsu gave me as a hitter was, Rami-chan, you cannot hit split on it. 打てないでしょ?
スプリットね。
Yeah. So I say, what can I do to become better for the split? He said, don't swing. That's the best way, all right?
All right.
Yeah, so, but Gaikokujin guys, if you say that, don't swing right away, they're like, no, you can't tell me not to swing. I wanna swing. I wanna hit it, all right? But he was right, The best way to learn how to hit breaking ball is not to swing if you have problems. That helped me a lot. So listen to the Japanese people and learn the Japanese culture. That was the key for me to succeed in Japan. And that's the number one problem of the Gaikokujin players, especially first year.
日本語でよく我慢って言うけど、そういうことが大事なのかなって。
It is very important, but being patient in home plate, a lot of people, don't like to be patient at home plate because they just want to swing. To take a walk, I should take a walk. And then if I take a walk, I can only focus on hitting a fastball, the good pitch to hit, and they become better. Like Petagini, he was one of the best because he walked a lot, right? But most of the guys, they want to hit, and they keep sanchin, but they keep swinging, and they panic, So, being patient, I would say more of a learning the Japanese culture, is more important,
バッティングで一番大事なもの何かって、今いろいろあると思うんだけど、僕はやっぱ選球眼だと思う。ストライクを打ってボールを打たない。基本的なこと。でもこれがなかなか、プロのピッチャーが投げるボールだから、ストライクからボールになるボールも多いから、レベル的にはものすごく難しいんだけど、僕ラミちゃんと一緒に野球やってみて、多分日本人も含めて一番選球眼が良かったんじゃないかなと、当時ね。
Yeah, I had a good eye, but I think that my preparation was better than me having a good eye. When I talk about my preparation was, I always studied the catcher more than the pitcher, okay? I was expecting those pitches, anticipating, breaking ball for a strike, and then breaking ball for a ball, and then fork ball for sanchin. I was already expecting those things. So instead of my eyes, my preparation was better. And most of the Gaikokujin guys, they cannot prepare like that, right? It's kind of hard for them to prepare. I learned from the first year. I learned those things. One of the things that I used to teach my catchers when I was a kantoku was, when you face a Gaikokujin for the first year, those guys never swing breaking ball first pitch. They always take, okay? Even now. So what do? You show them the breaking ball for a strike, first pitch. That's an easy strike. Boom, breaking ball, even a fork ball for a strike, and then you can work with that. Okay, they cannot hit split, so use it for sanchin border. So once you do that, most of the Gaikokujin guys cannot hit against us. you know. So those kind of patterns I always teach my catchers when I was 監督。
そう監督ね、監督になったじゃないですか、2016年ね。あれはどういう経緯でどういうふうにこう連絡が来て監督になったの
？Once I was with Oryx at that time.
Oryx.
Yeah, and then I received email, from Takada監督, GM, and then we started communicating by emails and stuff like that. And I told him, if I would like to, be the manager of DNA Basis if I get this opportunity. I feel that I can, do good. So, okay, so let's do a meeting. So we met maybe 2 or 3 times. We met. So we had an interview, and Takada GM was there. Ikeda president Chacho was there, and then also all the representative of the DNA Basters. So we, they interviewed me, and I thought that my presentation was very, very interesting for them. So,
まあ、そのプレゼントリンクすると思うけど、どういうじゃあチームを作ろうというふうな、当時の DNA っていうチームを見て、自分が監督になったら、どういうマッチする野球をしようっていう。
So one of the things is that I was watching the games a lot, DNA Basters games. Because I played for them. So even though that I was on the other team, I was always watching. And I checked the numbers. And DNA Basters, the catcher at that time, they led the league in pass ball. And I realized that, that's where the number one problem was. So I need to fix the catcher. If we fix the catcher, we can help the pitcher better, and we can save more runs and give the opportunity for us to hit. So let's focus on the catcher. So they thought, wow, this is very interesting. So they went and got, I would need a one catcher. So they went and got Tobashira. And then I made Tobashira opening day catcher. Tobashira went back to back, All-Star, he did great, and then he helped the team to be an A-class team. But the catcher was the number one. And also Yamaguchi, I say I would like to put Yamaguchi as the ace pitcher. Honto? Yeah, I think he can win 10 games. And he did, he won 11 games that year.
当時は主砲は筒香だっけ？
Yeah, Tsutsugo was the main.
宮崎とかもいた。
Miyazaki was a backup player at that time. So when I took the team, Nakahata Kantoku had Miyazaki as a Daida. And they didn't really think that Miyazaki was going to be able to become an everyday player, because Miyazaki is not a fast runner. He's a little bit big guy. But the hitting was good. So what I heard was he can be the best Daida, Miki Daida. Okay. But I saw him, I like him, and then let's put him in second base. And then, no bad. And then let's move him to third base. No, what could I? So that's how I made him an everyday player.
僕が巨人の二軍監督してる時に多分 DNA に彼社会人から入ってきたと思うんだけど、セガサミかな。
そうそう。
あの人を見た時にライト方向にものすごい長打をホームランをよく打てる。右バッターでライトにホームランを打てるってそんなにいなかったから、こうまあちょっとインサイドがこう厳しいところはあったけど、すごいバッターになりそうな感じが、まあ2軍のレベルですけど最初思ってた。そうね。
He'll bring that image. That's why maybe a Daida can be good for him, because if he gets a base hit, we have to use a pinch runner, all right? So we have to use 2 players, right? So, but if he can be good defense enough to play Nanakai Made, then we can change. I can get Sandaseki from him, and then I can use his bat, Sandaseki, right? So, okay, so he became a very good hitter. And then I remember the conversation. I called him to the office, to talk to him. And I said, listen, I want you to focus to take extra ground balls every single day at third base. And okay, he works really, really hard. And then he was hitting over 300, playing third baseman. And then I said, now you're going to be an everyday player. So I made that commitment with him. I said, I'm committing with you to keep you until the game finish. Nanakai, I'm not going to change. I'm going to keep you, so make sure that you practice. And he did. So he did great. That was good for him.
一番びっくりしたのが筒香4番バッター、もう不動の4番バッターで、当時日本の4番バッターのレベルだったと思うんですけど、彼を最後2番バッターに、あれは何ですか？
The reason why was because when I dig into the data, Tsutsugo, his batting average running scoring position was like below 220. He was not hitting running scoring position, but his on base percentage was second in the league, hitting over 400 on base percentage. So that was really, really good. So I felt that he's feeling a little bit of pressure with running scoring position and then hitting as a Yoban. I need somebody that can handle that position a little bit better. So, okay, if we use him as an Iban batter, he's not going to focus too much on hitting running scoring position. He can bring his batting average up, and he's confident. So that's the idea that I came out. And then I talked to him and I explained to him, and he said, "Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, no problem." But we were concerned. Many people were concerned about that he's a Joban Bata, Japan, no Joban Bata. But the numbers were better, and then he got his position back, And it was a little bit harder for me to make the decision because Tsutsugo was already in the team when I got there. He was already the captain of the team when I got there. So I had to, gather all this information and make a request to the GM, to the president, to everybody, and get the approval to be able to do something like this, right? So, those are the things you have to go through with somebody like Tsutsugo.
その筒香選手、アメリカに渡ってね、最初ちょっとあれだったんだけど、苦しんでるじゃないですか。今、独立リーグとこうかな。やっぱり彼のバッティングスタイルの中でアメリカで苦しむ原因、一番の原因は何だとラミちゃん見てます。
He cannot hit fastball hard, over 150. That's not Tsutsugo's timing, and we talked about this many times, and I already expected Tsutsugo not to be successful in the major leagues because everybody throws hard, So I think that Tsutsugo should stay in Japan, and fulfill his career in Japan. He would have been the Yokohama, like Miura-san, So Tsutsugo, Yokohama Tsutsugo, But of course, that was his dream to go to the major leagues, and he's in the States. But I think that Tsutsugo's style of playing is good for Japan. For Japan, it's good. For the Central League, not for the Pacific League. Central League is good. They don't throw too hard. He can adjust. That can be good. But that's the reason. Hard fastball over 150, he has a problem hitting those pitches.
ちょっと技術的な話になるけど、その速いボールに対応できない人って、たくさんいると思うんですね。アマチュアの選手も含めて。それってもう一生対応できないですか？それともなんか対応の仕方があったら教えてもらいたい。
When you understand hitting and when you talk to the people who have over 2,000 hits, most of the Make-You guys players will answer this question easy for that. Hitting is all about timing.
Timing.
Yes, and then you have to adjust based on the timing, based on the velocity of the pitcher. You should know your time. Okay, I can hit a fastball 150, so your timing is quick, right? So if the guy throws slower, your timing goes slower as well. But as your timing go up, the velocity, you go up as well. Okay, so that's the number one thing when it comes to the high fastball. Your timing, you have to change your mentality a little bit faster. Your timing have to be a little bit faster, a little bit quicker, and that's the problem that most of the players have. The guys throwing 150, but their timing is 145, so they always foul. They cannot hit the fastball. The timing have to be right on time. Boom, 150, 150. The timing, get the timing right. That's it.
僕ずっと1年間しかラミちゃん近くで見てないけど、打席の中でスタンスをちょっと広げたり、前の足をよく小刻みにこうやってタイミング取ったり、ちょっと道下道をつけたり、 膝をちょっと折って少し低く構えたり、ものすごくいろんな変化の中でピッチャーと対戦してたイメージがものすごくあるんですよね。そういうところってやっぱり相当それピッチャーにタイプに合わせてやってたっていう。
Yes, that's it. Try to adjust, and then also, one of the things you have to know is the catcher is also checking your position in home plate, where you're positioning. So those things are very important. As a hitter, you have to know, adjust. The timing is very important, but you also have to pay attention to the catcher who always checking your position in home plate. When I was a manager, I had the opportunity to have a couple players that their timing was off, right? Like these pitchers throwing 150, his timing is 142, he's way off. I have to change. I have to change the hitter. Get somebody else ready, or better opportunity. You have to think about the team. And then I have to explain to that person, your timing is off. You have to get your timing right. So these kind of thinking, you can help the players a little bit more to become a better hitter. But it's up to the players, of course, to understand those things.
まずヤクルト2年連続勝ってて、今年あんまり調子が良くない。そこはどういうふうに見てますか
？I think that the Swallows this year, they don't have the players they need. A couple of the players, Yamada's being hurt. Of course, Murakami has been Choshiwaru from the beginning. The pitching staff is not the same, of course. And but I think that Takatsu Kantoku is, for me, is probably one of the best Kantokus in the game right now. And eventually, the Yakult Swallows will start doing better the second half of the season now. So, when it comes to the Swallows, I don't think they're going to finish in the last place. They're going to give that last round to maybe close to fighting for, A class, I believe. I believe. Now, Giants. I think that the Giants now, they're putting the team is coming together now. Hayato, is back. The pitching, the rotation, the pitchers is really, really good. And the relievers as well, is very, very decent. So when you look at the Tokyo Giants right now, way different than 2 months ago. So I think that the Tokyo Giants will be in an A-class team pretty soon. They will Jack 10 most likely, and pretty soon. So, and they may be able to win the championship if they win at least four wins. They have the pitching staff to win 4 games a week. The starting pitchers are really good. 4 games a week, and then they can take over the first place most likely. They have the team right now.
優勝までありますか？
あります。The Tokyo Giants now, they're winning the Triple Crown as a team, all right? Over 100, 250, 253 batting average with 105, 6 home runs. They have 340 something, runs batted in. The team is doing really good. Bogyuritsu is still 360 something. It's very, very good Bogyuritsu. The closer, is really, really good, like a Hitari pitcher. Nakagawa. Even though the Taisei is not in the team, still Nakagawa is really good. Mikami has been pitching very, very good with the team right now. And some of the other guys. So the only concern is, they don't have Gaikokujin players right now. They can help the team, So that's the only concern. So in that case, Okamoto has to continue, Nakata has to come back and start hitting, and then of course Hayato.
ブリンソンとウォーカーにラミちゃんちょっとアドバイスね。
I can give them advice hitting. I cannot give them advice defense, all right? But I think that one of the things about that is Hara Kantoku already feeling that. ちょっとね、it's going to be 難しい to earn the trust again and put them back in the game. Maybe one game here, maybe one game there, but he doesn't have the full trust on these players, right? So that's the problem right now.
原監督特にやっぱり守備を重視する監督だからね。
いや、そう。もちろん。
最後に、もう一度人生生まれ変わったら、次はどういう人生を望んでますか？
I like to be a singer.
Singer?
I would like to be a singer.
ムービースターじゃない？
Movie star. Singer better.
楽器やるんですか、ラミちゃん。
Yeah, I play. Yeah, I like to play. I like music. You know, I like to be a singer. You know, I like to sing, but I cannot. You know.
ビッグマネーですね。
Yeah, thank you so much ね。
あと今後どういうふうな予定で、今生活をされてるんですか。もう一度どっかで監督とかそういうふうな気持ちもあるんですか。
You know, I have asked this question many times, and then you know, for me, as I was you know, as a baseball player, as a 監督, was a successful 監督, and being 監督 is good, but it's you're restricted to what you can do. You know, for me, I would like to be able to fix many things in the organization. You know, not only helping the team to become a number one team, but also helping the whole entire organization to become a number one organization. But I cannot do that unless I'm a GM. So GM is my next step. That's what I would like to do.
素晴らしいですね。あまりないですもんね、GM っていうそこに行く人っていうのはね。
Yeah, like you say, not too many people have the confidence to say, I would like to be a GM. You know, I have the confidence to say, I like to be a GM to be able to make organization a number one organization.
まあいずれにしてもラムちゃんは何をやってもできるよ。選手もフィールドマネージャーもね、ゼネラルマネージャーもね、あとビジネスもラム氏もね。
はい。あとベストスペシャルティコーヒーもね。いや、コーヒーも。
ベネズエラのコーヒー美味しい。
ベネズエラのコーヒー美味しいよ。美味しい。ラミちゃんコーヒー is very good。
でも本当にいつまでも元気でね。本当の年は多分俺より上だと思うんだけど。
Yeah, maybe かもしれない。いや
本当に長い時間ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。Thank you so much。
今後もずっと日本で活動されてね、野球界のためにももっともっと貢献してもらいたいと思います。ありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございました。はい。